What is up guys, this is Cobb. Welcome to Mr. Ace's account, in this account takeover video where we have never really surpassed 10 million damage on normal mode HYDRA before ever on this account, and on hard mode HYDRA, even crazier, we've not even managed to break 1.3 million damage. That's all about to change. We're going to rebuild every single champion so that you know how to build every single champion role into HYDRA to absolutely skyrocket your damage. I'm thinking we can actually increase our damage like tenfold into HYDRA with the champion roster that we have available to us once we are done rebuilding these champs. And so let's get to it, man. Before we do, if you're looking to start off a new raid account in 2025, then do so using my beginner promo link that you can find down below the top of the description box below. It is the best beginner promo link in the world and the best possible way to start off a new raid account with the maximum amount of free stuff, including a triple legendary start followed by a triple epic start. As you level up your account, those epics will be delivered right to your inbox, man. Best beginner promo link in the world, man. Get a click to use it to create a new raid account or send it to a friend who's looking to start raid in 2025, man. Okay, let's do this, shall we? First things first, this is the team that Mr. Ace is currently using on his account to farm normal HYDRA, and it is working, man. He has gone ahead and unlocked at least quick battles on normal mode, so he is getting some success with this, and it's not a bad team. I mean, Christ, it's got Elva and Toshiro. How bad can it be? What I will say is that the biggest weakness by far on this account is just the improper building of champs, man. The Elva's only running at 149 speed. That's extraordinarily slow for a debuffer, cleanser, speed booster style champion. We've got the Master Butcher acting as Provoker. He's also running 143 speed, bro. Oh my goodness, that's very, very slow, man, for a Head of Decay Provoker. And you can see a trend emerging, right? These champions running really rather slow for what they should be running at. Geomancer, it doesn't actually matter so much with Geomancer in particular. The Loki's actually pretty well built, though he wouldn't be my block buffs champion of choice in this team on this account if it was up to me. And the Toshiro, well, 158 speed on him as well in his main form. Oh god, and he's only at actually 69% crit rate and 109% crit damage. In fact, by the time this video's gone up, I will have already done a video covering how exactly I built the Toshiro on this account using his new build. So yeah, check back a few days if you want to see me build the Toshiro super in depth. That video will be up on the channel by the time this one goes up. First and foremost, the team composition itself, just a couple of words on that. To be honest, the team right here that Mr. Ace is using, it's not bad to get us started, but the team here up top is the team that I would actually recommend that we look to build out in future on this account for uses like the A team, like our main primary team into HYDRA. The Elva can stay, but frankly the physics is just going to be a flat upgrade to the Master Butcher once she is booked up. I can't say that I would recommend putting the legendary skill books into the Loki anytime soon for his block buff skill. There tends to just be other legendary champions that eat up the skill tomes ahead of Loki, and therefore we've got the 310 cooldown block buff skill on Ostrox instead, and so I'd recommend that we go ahead and put the books, he's already fully booked. I'd recommend that we use him instead of Loki. The Mordecai can stay for now, at least until the Ninja is fully booked, as we do have a Ninja on this account, but until he's got his at least his A2 booked up, right, his actual HP burn skill, then Mordecai's probably going to do a better job than the Ninja until then. And so this being the new team, let's go ahead and rebuild the Elva. Free gear removal activated. Let's do this, man. So currently the Elva on this account is built in full stone skin and with rather slow move speed. I guess that we're using her in some PvP. Frankly, I think we're better off just building faster style arena teams going first before our opponents and specializing Elva for PvE, which is really what she's super good at, right, with her kit. So anytime you've got any kind of support buffer champion, especially champs that are bringing things like increased speed, debuff cleanse, in your PvE teams, these generally want to be the fastest champions on your team, right? Speed is everything. We can also check through Elva's kit and just check that she doesn't need any accuracy, which she doesn't at all for any of her skills, which is just lovely. She does bring a revive. That means that we've got to get her a little bit tankier than you otherwise would for some of these support champs. If she dies, there's no one to revive her after all. Her stat priority is going to look something like speed, HP, and defense percent kind of tied. And that's sort of it. She's going to be a very simple build, which is a lovely support champion type to build. And so, with the Elva, the build that we have prepared out on her is going to drastically reshape the Elva into something completely different to what she is running as right now. HP is going to stay about the same. She's going to take a bit of a hit to her defense, but her speed is going from 149 to nearly 280 speed. She's going to be moving like a bullet train compared to what she is right now. which is perfect. This is exactly what we want. She didn't need any accuracy at all, and so we're dropping a little bit of that, getting rid of some of our useless crit rate and crit damage as well. This is going to be the new Elva build. And I just made sure to go back in and just save the old build, so that just in case Ace, for any reason, you know, if he wants to go ahead and switch back to her previous build, he can go ahead and do that. So yeah, that is Elva done. That's how you would be building your support type champions into Hydra. Next up, we have the Provoker role. Now, this is going to be the Vizix on this account, or at least that's what I think the Provoker role should be. I think she's going to be vastly superior to Master Butcher, who's done an okay job for us for now, but he can go down now to the hand-me-down team now that Vizix is on her way to 60. Because the Vizix isn't booked, I'm actually going to switch her out of the team and use the Master Butcher instead for the sake of the final demonstration. But for now, let's just pretend that we are building the Vizix, and I'll put the Vizix or the build on the Vizix for the time being. So not only do you want your Provokers to be running fast, they need good speed so they get around again to using their provoke nice and quickly. If it's a 3-turn cooldown provoke on your Provoker champion who's trying to control the Head of Decay in Hydra, they got to be running pretty quickly with some good increased speed buffs on the team and stuff like that, so they get around again to using the skill quickly enough to keep the Head of Decay under control and on lockdown as much as possible. So speed is going to be a prio, but of course you're going to need about I think it's 230 or 240 accuracy or something to get started with your Provokers, and make sure they're landing their debuffs at a near to 100% land rate in at least normal mode Hydra, and of course you need a bit more accuracy for every stage that you're going up. Vizix is going to be landing provoke and decrease speed, so accuracy on her is going to be key, but she's also an ally protector as well, and so this is a role in Hydra that you got to be real careful of, right? You can bring ally protection, and once the ally protection buff goes up, your ally protect champion, the Vizix in this case, is going to be soaking a lot of damage that your team takes, which is all well and good until the Head of Wrath comes in with a big ridiculous counterattack and just smacks your entire team for a quadrillion damage, and then your ally protector gets one-shotted, right? So you need a good amount of defense on these guys, your ally protector champs, as well as HP percentage. They need to be able to take a smack. That kind of goes without saying, man. So quite stat intensive. Let's go ahead and see what we got prepared for the Vizix. I'm going to go ahead and switch up a bunch of gear onto her. She kind of had no gear equipped at the time of jumping on this account, but so the stat increases are going to be ridiculous, but you can see we're aiming or trying to push towards as close to 3,000 defense as we can just to get started into normal Hydra. I'd recommend at least 2,500 defense on all of your champions in Hydra if you can. HP 45k is fine, speed 187. It's also fine. It's going to be noted that the Vizix is actually only level 48 on this account, and so she's missing a bunch of base stats as a result as well. These stats would be a whole bunch higher if she was level 60 or close to level 60. But all I'm going to do right now is go ahead and save this build as a global preset and just slam it on to the Master Butcher for the time being. So he's basically going to be using the same set that you just saw. Funnily enough, the Master Butcher doesn't even have a banner equipped, which is kind of funny, but his speed is going to go from glacially slow all the way up to 190, which is very, very nice. And we're going to go ahead and just find a banner for him. I suppose ideally something with speed on it would be nice. Honestly, a nice simple banner like this would be... would be totally fine. You know what, man? You know, whatever, dude. That will do. This will do the job for the sake of the demonstration. So let's go ahead and do that. And so because, even though it pains me to do this, because the Vizix isn't booked yet and she's not level 60 yet, I'm going to go ahead and switch in the Master Butcher in her place for the time being and just make sure that he is, of course, prioritizing his provoke skill in this fight. Okay, next champion to build out is going to be Ostrox. Nice and simple. Some quite minor tweaks to make to this build, really. I didn't really make a whole boatload of changes. Okay, that's a little bit of a lie, but his build was okay, is what I'm saying, before I touched it. I'm just sprucing up his speed quite a bit. Your block buffs champion into Hydra, whether it's Ostrox or Ugo or whatever, as long as they're hitting the accuracy check, right, they've got about as much accuracy as they need for normal mode Hydra, get them moving as fast as possible. Again, the faster they're going, the better. If you can get a 290 speed Ugo or something, you're laughing, you know, for a long, long time. 223 speed is as much as we can push on the Ostrox, and so that is who we are going to lock in. By the way, I know I'm stripping a lot of gear off of the Loki just now. I don't mean to disrespect Loki, it's just genuinely speaking that once you've got a 310 cooldown block buffs champion, do you really want to put the legendary tomes into the Loki to book down as A2? Maybe you do eventually, but on this account, the Alice is half booked and the Ninja's half booked. I think both those champions are probably slightly higher priority than getting the Loki booked up. So yeah, the 3-turn cooldown on Ostrox's block buffs skill on his A2 is going to be what we shoot for here. The Geomancer's build is the only build that I'm actually just not going to touch. I think that he's completely fine as he is. And though we're going to be using the Mordecai in this run, I guess for this example, I do also want to note the Ninja's build style, because any sort of damage dealer champion that is in the style of Ninja has a slightly different build to other damage dealer types, and so I'm going to go ahead and touch on that one right here. I do have a build planned out for the Ninja as well, for as soon as he is booked up, that Mr. Ace can go ahead and use, so it's ready to rock and roll in the preset manager right here. So Ninja is a unique champion type in Raid, where they're like a poison activation skills or HP burn activation skills worked into their kit. So Ninja's got a triple hit at A2, each hit with a 100% chance booked of placing HP burn. Also places Veil on this champion for a couple turns. When using this skill against bosses, instantly activate HP burn debuffs, including HP burn debuffs placed by this skill, right? Burn activation. What does that mean? It means that against bosses, the bulk of this champion's damage is going to come from activating his HP burn ticks, especially against HYDRA, man. All four targets taking the HP burn activation from this A2. It's crazy, crazy good damage. This makes it so that you don't have to worry so much about things like crit rate and crit damage. You can concern yourself with crit rate on champions like Ninja. I actually recommend that. Oh god. So we need to fix up this. Attack percentage on gauntlets should just never happen under any circumstances. But the point is that unlike a regular nuker, right, something like a Thor or a Thorlin Foulbeard or an Alice, right, where you just want 100% crit rate, then as much crit damage as possible, and you know, some of those damage dealers need accuracy as well, and okay, fine. And you don't want them moving as slow as a bloody sand dune across the Sahara Desert. You know, they've got to have some speed as well so they can actually get a turn in. But you're really focusing on just big numbers and big smacks, crit rate, high crit damage, right? For a damage dealer like Ninja, your focus is going to switch much more over to something a bit like this, right? Crit rate gauntlets are completely acceptable on a damage dealer like Ninja. You're actually looking for, in my view, 100% crit rate. However you get there, doesn't matter. Crit rate gauntlets if you have to, it's not a big deal. You can still go things like a crit damage amulet on your Ninja if you want to, and still get a bit of crit damage in there. We haven't really been able to do that with this Ninja build, as you can see, but it's whatever. Once you've got the 100% crit rate, go speed, man. Speed and accuracy. Primarily speed, as much accuracy as you need, and then just drive up the speed as much as you possibly can, so that you can spam out, in Ninja's case, his A2 as much as possible, right? You're just trying to get off the burn activation or the poison activation for some champions as much and as often as you possibly can, because that is where your boss killer damage is going to come from. And so that's how the stat priority is going to be a little bit different for a champion like Ninja. Maybe for a champion like, maybe if you're using like an attack or something, or even like a Supreme Gallic inside of HYDRA. That's the difference that you are looking at. Mordecai's build makes me a little bit sad, but I'm going to leave it as it is, which leaves us with our last champion that we're going to rebuild, which is going to be the Toshiro. And again, by the time you're watching this video, there'll already be a video up on the channel showing me rebuild this guy in depth. For the sake of this example, I'm going to go ahead and just fast forward through it, man. Toshiro's one of those guys, okay? He is a nuker that requires accuracy with his decreased defense and his leash debuffs on his A3, so that's a bit annoying, except for the part where when he's booked, he ignores 20% enemy resistance, so he doesn't need as much accuracy as you might think, and that's nice at least. But besides that, 100% crit rate, as much crit damage as possible, you know, decent speeds, and you're good to go on the likes of a damage dealer like Toshiro. And so this is the build that we went ahead and prepared for him. As you can see, he doesn't even have like 100% crit rate, has very, very low crit damage in Ace's current build. Dude, this build is gonna rock this account's world, man. Can I just say? There's like a bunch of gear pieces here as well that are not even rolled up to max. We actually have Toshiro here in this example build, built out in a HP percent chestplate, as you just saw. And that's because even though Toshiro is an attack champion, if you click on his skills, you can see that his damage is based on attack and HP, and that's the same for all of his skills, at least in this base form. And so, yeah, just make sure that you do that when you're building up your nukers and your damage dealers. You're looking to build damage on a champion, make sure you click on their skills and just see what their damage is actually based on in the tooltip of the skill itself. That's going to help you out a hell of a lot. Don't just assume that attack means more damage, right? It's not always going to be like that for all champions. Okay, that is all champions rebuilt. That is the team hopefully revitalized. 10 million damage is the number to beat in normal HYDRA. And then I'm going to see if we can actually push into hard Hydra as well, where we've never got beyond 1.3 million damage before. Let's do this. And I'm just going to pretend that I didn't accidentally queue with Loki in the team just now. You guys might have noticed that. Oh my god. Okay, let's give this team its proper run out, man. With the Ostrox instead of the Loki. Again, no disrespect to Loki, okay? Genuinely speaking, man. I know that I've got a reputation on this channel for crapping all over Loki. I don't mean it, okay? I've changed my ways, but genuinely just a 310 cooldown. Block buffs skill. It's just priceless compared to a 410 that Loki's offering. Even though, yeah, Loki can do the job just fine. In the Hydra B team, I think Ostrox is already ahead of him, just being fully booked, man. So, let's see what we can do here, man. 10 million damage, huh? 10 million damage? I would be disappointed if this team didn't clock in at least 60 or 70 million damage with these changes. The Elva, firing extremely fast, doubling the Tashiro's crit damage and drastically increasing his speeds. The Master Butcher, moving way faster as well. The Ostrox, nice and quick, 310 cooldown block buffs. I think we're good. First, our Hydra head explodes already. And here comes the nerd. Ooh, 140k, 260k there against the decapitated head from our veiled friend Tashiro. I'm just excited to see Tashiro. Can I just say, man? I didn't care about anything. I could have quick battled this run. I didn't want to. I want to see Tashiro hit stuff really hard and just see what this guy can do, man. I've never had the pleasure of playing with Tashiro before, man, in any of these account takeovers, so I'm sorry, just have to forgive me, man, for indulging myself a little bit here and seeing Tashiro in action. I'm so jelly, man. I'd love to have a Tashiro on my account, man. If it's one thing I feel like I lack a little bit, it's like damage dealer mythicals. I've got a lot of support mythicals and Drock, and, you know, Lazarius can do some smackage, he can, but I mostly use him in his base form, I find, you know. The big damage dealer mythicals, yeah, that's what it's all about, man. Oh my god, dude, his damage! What was that? Little fan of knives, dude, he hit like 1 million total on the decapitated head at the left over there, dude. Oh, dude, 60 million? We're going like 160 million here. Okay, I might be getting a little bit carried away, but 60 million, no problem with this Hydra team now, dude. Oh, I would say we can't go getting cocky, like too cocky just yet, man. The Head of Wrath is on the field, and its counterattacks when it reaches 15 stacks are nasty because we don't have, oh god, look at it. Look at how painful that is. Because we don't have a decreased attack on this team. Don't have any increased defense on this team. Got pretty good shielding and healing and stuff, but getting through the Head of Wrath, like, just saying, it's a good job the Elva's got a revive, and she's super fast, you know, because bloody hell. It's kind of funny, though. The Head of Wrath is the only one that actually gives us any actual problems. Everything else seems pretty okay. No, the disasters that can happen. I swear to God, dude, as soon as it's gone now, but as soon as the Head of Wrath got an increased attack buff, I knew it was over, dude. I knew it was over. Oh, we got too cocky. But you know what, man? More than tripling our Hydra damage. Still pretty good. Dude, look at this. We're still not done yet, actually. Like, I'm calling it like it's over, man, but we've got this mental little man known as the Shiro on the team. He ain't done yet, dude. He's still clapping cheeks. We're actually going to make 40 million damage here. Oh, here we go. Down in a blaze of glory. Down in a blaze of glory it is. Oh, God. Down we go, dude. Okay. 36 million. Not bad, man. Oh, my God. The Geomancer did, like, nothing. Oh, God. I guess it's because Mordecai was dominating the HP burn scene, right? So few of the HP burns ended up being the Geos. It is also a case of, like, regular epic damage dealer, you know, Geomancer in not an ideal team, and then an absolute monster put beside them. So that's making things look particularly skewed as well. Okay, I guess we'll go ahead and keep that result. Oh, crap. That means that I can't test this out in hard. Oh my god, why did I do that, dude? Why did I do that? I'm such a moron, dude. This team would struggle into hard. Without a decreased attack debuff, it would actually struggle into hard. To be fair, I mean, you can always play dodge the head of Wrath, and you know, we will be able to get our very first hard key. I'm pretty positive with the team that we just used. Yeah, we just gotta dodge the Head of Wrath and just, you know, play the RNG game a little bit. And again, just imagine how this team is gonna perform, dude. Once this ninja is actually, like, usable in the roster, meaning once he's booked, right? Once the ninja's actually fully booked as well, and his A1's fully booked. Sadly, just very, very unlucky for Mr. Ace there. All of his legendary books into the ninja going into the A1. Woo! Well, at least they can only like roll good now, can't they? You know what I'm saying? So once the ninja's fully booked, he's going to slot in just fine. We've also got the Physics that we are still leveling up on this account as well. She's going to be like 10, I mean, she's going to be like 3 times the champion that Master Butcher is into early Hydra. A sleeper champion on this account that we could also consider using would actually be Duck the Pierced as well. Just run him in the squad purely for his AoE decrease attack. We'd have to go ahead and fully book him up and stuff, and so I'm a little bit reticent to recommend that. Duck the Pierced is not the best Hydra champion, but he could be an answer for the Head of Wrath if it continues to sort of like stymie our growth a little bit. He's already level 60, you know, 3 times awakened and stuff. Maybe Ace would want to go ahead and build out this guy as well. Again, just for decreased attack and a second source of placing decreased defense, so we're not just relying on Toshiro doing that job. Yeah, this could be a guy that we could maybe slot into the team in one of like the DPS places instead, like maybe instead of the Mordecai or something. Well, there you have it, guys. From 10 million damage to 37 million damage in just the space of about half an hour rebuilds, man. That's what we're doing over here, you know what I'm saying? Thanks for watching. I've got a bit more things to get to in Mr. Ace of Kills' account before I go ahead and wrap up this takeover, but I think this one is a good little chapter to tie things off on. Oh, it was a lot of fun, man, to see Toshiro in action, and yeah, hope that you guys enjoyed it too, and maybe picked some things up along the way for getting your first Hydra team off the ground as well. And hopefully you don't require a mythical champion to get that done, man. Hey, thanks for watching. Oh, if you had a good setup and new Raid Shadow Legends account, man, who knows, maybe a first Primal Shadow on that new account will just pull it to Shiro, man. It could happen. Click on the beginner promo link down below at the top of the description box to make sure that you start off your new Raid accounts in 2025, or any accounts that your friends are starting off in 2025, best way possible with all of the freebies that you see on screen right now. Thanks for stopping by. I'm going to catch all of you all just a tad bit later, man.